thank you for joining me today. I'm doing a colouring in this whimsical Christmas because I was looking for a snowman to colour for Olga Rani's Find and Colour for this week, and her prompt was a snowman, and I wanted to find a summery snowman, which is no mean feat, and I found it in this Whimsical Christmas by Prettily Printed Z.A., which is a book I bought on Amazon. I think I bought it a year ago, or I think I bought it before last Christmas. I can't remember exactly. And I'm just using some water-based markers to colour in a first layer, and then I'm going to go on top of that with wax crayons and just have some fun. So I thought I'd do a colour and chat while I'm doing this. I was first intending actually to use my Crayola Super Tips, but then I hauled out these Giotto water-based markers and I thought, oh, I'm just going to use those. So I'm going to speed up the colouring a little bit because I think otherwise the picture will probably take a hang of a long time. I'm not sure, but I just thought I'd spend some time with you guys while I was colouring and hope that we can have a little chat and spend some time together. And there's nothing particular about this one. I just thought maybe you can colour something along with me, anything you like. Maybe you're also doing for Olga Rani's prompt. Let me know in the comments if you are doing Olga Rani's prompt, and or if you ever do them, and I'd love to know what you were colouring while you're watching this. It's always interesting to me. I was looking up some things about colours and colour therapy and the psychology of colour, and I sort of thought I was looking about advertising and how people use colour for advertising, and that they often use the colour green where they're trying to promote sales or work with money, like banks and financial apps. And in many corporate situations, businesses choose to go with the colour blue because it symbolizes trustworthiness and professionalism. And because of the neutrality and trustworthiness associated with the colour blue, Facebook, Twitter, and even Reddit have all defaulted to using that colour to draw in the new users. So I find that quite interesting. Do you have a favourite colour? I'm not actually sure of mine. Although I think that at present my favourite colour goes towards the pinks and the reds. They always bring me a lot of joy. So I know this is looking very messy at the moment, but I'm going to try and smooth it out with the wax crayons. I just felt like doing this and having fun with it. I have all of these water-based markers and things that I keep buying for various reasons, and I'm trying at the moment to use all my colouring supplies, as many as I can, so that things that I've spent my money on are not going to waste. Just wanted to check quickly to see whether these were bleeding through, and they weren't, so that's always good to know. This is thin Amazon paper. I think I mentioned the name of the colouring book earlier. There's some quite cute images in this. Actually, it's a bit different as a Christmas colouring book. I'll put a link to it in case you feel like getting things for Christmas already, although it's way too soon to think about that, but still, I know many people absolutely love Christmas, but I tend to be so relieved in January that it's over and that it's another 12 months before it's coming. And now we're in June already, and so we're only 6 months away. I find Christmas is one big expense and very tiring, and I always just stress so much, so it's not my favorite time of year anymore. Anyhow, that's got nothing to do with anything. So now I'm going to try going over this water-based base, water-based base, there we have a nice mouthful, with some wax kids crayons. I bought these big wax crayons from Amazon, and if you happen to live in the United States, they're very, very reasonably priced. They're a real budget option. Not so much for me. I ended up paying about $20 for them to get them here. Unfortunately, we do get big crayons here, and we get big color pencils and things, but not these particular big wax crayons. So I wanted to try these because Sandy at Color Creatively had highly recommended them, and I've been trying Crayola wax crayons, which are fun to color with, and they were always my go-to when I was a kid. But I decided I really wanted to try using these big crayons. Sandy spoke so positively about them, and I must say they really lay down quite smoothly. I'm not sure if they're wax or if they're plastic or what exactly they are. I think they must be wax. They do give a little bit of a crumbling as you color with them, not a lot though. And I had fun. I actually felt so relaxed doing this little picture. It was fun to color. I love, just another topic of conversation, I love drinking tea, as you know. I used to have a Thursday's tea and coloring, but I never really carried on with that. But I love drinking not so much herb teas, but fruit teas I really enjoy. But I do enjoy some herb teas, and the ones I enjoy the most are fennel and then licorice and mint. Do you like mint tea or fennel tea, or actually another, I suppose it's a spice, not a herb, is ginger. I love ginger and turmeric tea as well. I also love the fruit teas, but I've always liked mint in all sorts of forms. We have a mint plant in our garden, and I sometimes in summertime like picking that and adding it to, if I make iced tea or something, I like that. And I love peppermints. I love sucking peppermints and mint sweeties. So I was wondering if you like that as well. I also love the fruit teas. I wonder what it is about mint that makes me like it so much. I think it's just the taste, or maybe, I don't know. I just love it. Anyway, that's that. Now we're going on to a darker color, and I'm just going to cover the rest of the blue with this. I'm really pleased with how these crayons have have covered up the streakiness of the water-based markers. Really smoothed it all very nicely, and it's a very pleasant feeling to color with them. Have any of you done much wax crayon colouring lately, or are you on the more adult things like alcohol markers and water-based markers, etc.? I don't very often use wax crayons, and I found my grandchildren aren't really that keen on colouring. I do try sometimes with them. The little one often wants to colour in my books, and I have a bit of a fit when he wants to colour in my books because I get so anxious that something's going to get completely ruined. But I try to cover that up and encourage him to be artistic and get out paper and things. I also do sometimes print a page for us to do together, because then it's not so bad as an expensive book. So now I'm just going to use a little bit of grey, I think, around the snowman, and just bring that grey that I did there, and I just have to cover the green of the leaves. I'd love to know from you how you decide what you're going to colour. Do you specifically plan? I've seen a lot of YouTubers using a colouring planner, and I've tried that, and I'm determined to succeed and do it more often, but I tend to want to be more spontaneous. I do like to support people, though. That's something that I really enjoy doing. So I try to find hashtags that appeal to me, because I feel that they give me the freedom to decide, oh, today I feel like doing this, and then I can find a hashtag that I'd like to support. There are certain YouTubers that I particularly do try to support and try to find pages that will work for them. I also love watching YouTube coloring channels, and so I happened to just find Olga Rani had just uploaded her video with the find and color, and I've joined her before today and done one of her pictures. So then I thought this was quite a cool thing to have to find a snowman in the middle of June. And then I liked this one. I wondered after I'd coloured the sea green and gone on with it, I wondered whether actually it was supposed to be sand. It wasn't quite clear, but to me there is a dark line in the middle, and maybe the back part could have been water and the front part could have been sand, but for me this is all water, and he's standing at the edge of the water and kicking it towards us, kicking that ball towards us. So I just went with that's my picture, I can do it the way I want to. I decided to add little bits of blue as well to this green, just to give it a little bit of interest and have some fun. It's been so cold here lately, and raining and raining and raining. And we had a leak in our roof a little while ago, and we had that fixed, and then it was very windy, and we discovered some more water had come in, and we can't actually figure out where it's coming because it's not coming down from the roof, it's coming in at the side somewhere. So we're trying to do some investigation to discover if there's a crack somewhere that it's seeping in, and it seems to be specifically when the wind blows very hard. So I've had to unpack a cupboard, and luckily it was only crockery, so nothing that got ruined. Actually, I'm going to just quickly insert here a little video of what has been happening with the rain near us just this morning. This was at a place near Stellenbosch in the Western Cape, which is close to where I live. So you can see that the rains have been heavy. We're really going midwinter here. I'm very pleased we've been having rains though, because we went a couple of years ago with severe drought. So the drought was so bad that we were not even allowed to shower every day. There was such limitations as to the amount of water we could use. We had to wash in basins, and oh dear, the joys of living in Africa. I'm now going with a red and yellow sort of scarf. I don't know if that is any sport team or not, but I decided I'm going with red and yellow. I was just colouring and doing one of those days where you just look in your box of colours and pick some colours and decide to go with them. So I've moved towards the end of the video now. I tried with this hat to put white on the top and then didn't like that, and then tried going over that again with the water-based marker, but that made a smudge. So now I'm going to show you the completed picture, and I hope that you'll like it. As you can see, I finished the whole picture. I did the ball with some markers, and I did a little bit of white Posca. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I want to thank you for watching and spending time with me. Have a wonderful, colourful week. Bye-bye now.